Hello, how is everybody? Welcome to 1111, you guys. We're on to part two, new details. I'm just saying, there's a lot to talk about here. So we're going to be talking about this couple, right, in the Lindsay Clancy case. And we're going to be talking about some connecting the dots. Now, if you paid attention yesterday, it was very interesting. The walkthrough with the brat dolls of the crime scene, the reenactment. Wow, it really brought a lot of suspicion if Lindsay was alone or not. And now we're going to go into a different way to look at things. So we're going to go back. Now, Lindsay Clancy has had 3 children. With the first child, a girl, she experienced mild postpartum. With the second child, again, mild postpartum. But when it came to her third child, which she had just given birth to 8 months prior, she experienced the ultimate worst postpartum. So I do feel that Lindsay had postpartum, but could something have intensified it 1,000-fold to make it just unbearable? And keep in mind, we also saw the walkthrough that suggests that she may not have been the one to put herself out the window, because by all accounts, wouldn't she be unconscious? She doesn't even brace for impact, which is a reflex. So I want to say hello to a few of you. We have a different kind of set today. We're trying something different. Hey, Nikki UK, Michelle Dry, welcome back. Sorry to be gone so long. Got caught up over the case over the weekend. Wonderful. Welcome back. Welcome back, Jenny Bill in the house, Nikki UK, Carla Burgeon, Jennifer Swain, J.E. Girl, good to see you. Mystery Diva in the house. Mary Owen, set up? Nah. Well, I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you with this woman, who is the new wife of Patrick, what was going on with her. Because I'm not saying it's related. I'm just going to get into the details here. And with that, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller so you can see everything. And I'll pop up if we need to. Are you guys ready for this? Do you like the new setup so far? I know it's totally different. Hey, Jules, like her husband cheated on her? That's the question. Like, okay, think of it this way. If Lindsay Clancy was doing fine until November, that is exactly the time that Patrick Clancy went to New York. So some people are asking, did she suspect he was having an affair? Did that drive Lindsay over the edge? Well, what if he was meeting this woman that becomes his wife, his new wife, on that? And what if he was having an affair? Would that give him motive? I mean, it did for Chris Watts. I'm not saying Patrick's like Chris Watts, but I do find it interesting. I love you always, Danny. Well, thank you, Jennyville. 58 months. Thank you humbly. Appreciate that so much. So if she's doing okay and then he goes to New York and returns as a true crime, private eye, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What changed? Was it that she suspected he was having an affair? Or could there have been something else? Well, this is where it gets interesting. So when we look at what we talked about yesterday, we'll just give the picture, and I welcome you to go watch that video. I'll show you what that video looks like. It's called New Details. Big mistake, right? You don't want to miss that video. It shared some massive stuff. But it also explains that this right here with the blood underneath the leg of the chair, or not chair, I'm sorry, end table, those are satellite drops. We talked about this. That means that there was nothing sitting there. There was no table. There's satellite drops. There's no blood coming down the legs of the chairs, of the table. I don't know why I keep saying chair when it's a little end table. But it also means that that table got moved. So if Lindsay did it, she's covered in blood. Her hands are covered in blood because you look at the weapon and it's covered in blood. So she would have been covered in blood. How'd she move a white table without leaving her bloody handprints on it? It just doesn't work. And so it makes us very suspicious, a lot of us thinking, who moved this table? Because that would make it seem as though Lindsay wasn't alone at the time of the crime. You feel me? Michelle Hubbs said she spoke. Paramedics said she's not speaking. No, Cora. Right, her body temperature is at 82 degrees. She could not have talked. You can't talk when your body temperature is that low. So I don't believe him. Carla says, wait a minute, why am I not a member? I don't know, sweetheart. Did something happen? Michelle Dry says, I saw some elation where the new wife and Lindsay look a lot alike. And they really do. Like, don't you think? Let me move myself over a little bit here. Don't you see the likeness between the two? Like, here is the new wife. And then this is Lindsay. They favor a great deal. I think that's creepy. I really think that's creepy. But what we were talking about yesterday, as I said, is this right here, this blood. And so it really brought me to thinking, who is in the room with her if somebody is? We've got some options. Some people suspect that Patrick never left the house, that it's actually his best friend, Kyle, who looks just like Patrick. Let's go over and get that picture. Hold on just a minute. I should have grabbed this for you because I knew I was going to show you. Right? Look how much they look alike. It's crazy to me how much these two look alike. And you can see if this Kyle was actually the one to go into the CVS, then that would mean that Patrick didn't leave the house until 5:45 if he was the one that went to the 3V restaurant. So with that being said, we have to really consider the third person. That, I mean, is it possible that there was another person in the room with Lindsay that wasn't Patrick, that wasn't the best friend? Could it be a female? I mean, his new wife is left-handed. You have to ask all these questions. And with this just gets wild. So I've got a couple things to show you. Then we're going to get into the hard information. Just a few little clips to run by you. Let me make myself a little bit smaller and out of the picture. Michelle Dry says, Patrick is also a marathoner and the CVS is not that far away. I'm wondering if there's a handoff in that CVS. We're going to look at that. So let me grab this and put this up here. Watch this clip.
He moves. This doesn't move.
Oh, this isn't the one. Let me see. Where's the CVS one? Frame by frame. Here it is. Here's the CVS one. Okay, we're going to get into the CVS footage here, and then we're going to get into the 3V footage, the restaurant. Okay, watch this, you guys. Why is there no sound? Oh, you don't have to. Look, look, look. Did you see it? Watch again. It took me several times. Do you see what's in the person's hand? Do you see it in their hand? Okay, let me make it like, I'll show you. Hold on. Let's do it again. All right, now watch. So he comes in, and right here, this person, that person that just went by, watch him again. Right here, what do they have in their hand? Right there. They have something. It almost looks pink. As they're walking by, the two collide and something appears to be handed off. And look at this hoodie. See, watch. It's not in their hand anymore. Just hold on. You'll see. See, it's not in their hand anymore. Is something being handed off? Okay. That's just wild. Watch again. See it backwards? Something in their hand, something in their hand, nothing in their hand. Whatever they had as they passed by this person is no longer in their hand. Is anybody, give me a 1 if you're seeing it. Raj Lorraine says, is the husband part of an elite bloodline? First, the new wife of the Segerstrom alcohol family. Segerstrom? How do I say that, y'all? I don't even know how to say that. I know. It makes you wonder. Okay, let me clear this up so I can see if you guys are seeing it. Lady Tidy, welcome to our private eyes. Thank you, lovely. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, welcome back. New here? Not this Easton? Welcome in. Welcome in. A lot of ones. So you guys are seeing it handed off. All right. Okay. Now, it's time to really focus, y'all. I'm going to show you something that it's just absolutely telling to me. And I have to say that it's my belief that the 3B restaurant footage appears to be tampered with. There's just no other explanation because a reflection is going to be there whether you want it to be or not. So what we're about to see here in this video, okay? In this video, this person walks up to the counter with their husband or their mate. And you can see them in the reflection of the window clearly. Every time they move, the reflection moves with them, right? I mean, if you're in front of a window and there's reflection on the window, when you move, that reflection's going to move with you. And it does for the couple. But when it comes to Patrick, is he a vampire? I'm just asking because they say their reflection doesn't happen. Well, his reflection happens, but it's not right. But not only that, it does not move when he moves. What? I'm telling you, watch it for yourself, okay? Mystery Diva says, Medium Salone Bella said P is part of the Satan Witch blood trial, or bloodline. Oh, gracious. I can't even read that. Okay. Watch close, you guys. Watch close. Let me make sure you can see it good. She's going to do a good job of showing it, but watch close.
He moves. This doesn't move. Weird, right? All right, so I don't know a ton about video manipulation.
I'll play it again.
Someone sent this to me. I am going to show you the whole video. I've slowed it down, and I'm going to compare it to the people who came in first. And you can see, first of all, the clarity and that you can see the movement. And then with Patrick, you don't so much see the movement. So if you are an expert in this sort of thing, I would love to hear your thoughts. I first want you to look at this lady, where she is at the hostess stand, how far, and then you can see her right in the glare of the window.
Yep, right there.
We see her moving right there.
Yep.
Okay. So pay attention
Matches
to her.
their
You're gonna see
movement.
the whole time. She's fairly clear.
Yep.
Okay, then notice him.
We got Patrick.
Where he is, he's farther to the right. And there he is. Now, when he moves...
He's not moving. The reflection isn't moving. What?
And then he's
And then it
just gone.
disappears.
Now, I
What?
made this way, way, way slower so we could see it because it was kind of hard to see. But you saw that lady clearly. And then he kind of comes back into focus. When he moves, this doesn't move. Weird, right?
Sorry, guys.
All right, so
Watch
I
it
don't
again.
know a ton about video manipulation. Someone said,
All right, you guys, watch it again. And tell me, one, if you can see it. What the hell, says Mystery Diva. Pay close attention. This tells me everything I need to know, in my opinion.
send this to me. I am going to show you the
What the
video
F
I've
says,
loaded down,
Cora?
and I'm going to compare it to the people who came in first. And you can see, first of all, the clarity and that you can see the movement. And then with Patrick,
Lady Tidy
you don't
says,
so much see the movement.
totally manipulated
so
video.
If you are an expert in this sort of thing, I would love to hear your thoughts. I
Okay.
first want you to look at this lady, where she
See
is.
her?
At
See the
horse's
reflection.
stand, how far-
Moving
and then
same
you can
time she
see her
does.
right in the glare of the window.
Yep.
We see her moving right there. Okay.
Yep.
So pay attention to her. You're gonna see the whole time. She's fairly clear.
She's moving. She turned. She turned.
then
Okay, now we
notice
got
him.
Patrick.
Where he is, he's farther to the right, and there he
There's
is.
his
Now, when
reflection.
he moves, this doesn't
But
move.
look, he's moving, and the reflection isn't moving. Wow, says
And then he's
Jennifer
kind of
Swain.
just gone.
And then it disappears on its own.
Now I made this way, way, way slower so we could see it because it was kind of hard to see. But you saw that lady clearly.
Yeah.
And then he kind of comes back into focus. When he moves, this doesn't move.
It's not
Weird, right?
moving.
All right, so I don't know a ton about video.
So then, let me go down. Like I said, I've got different things to show you, so I got to find it. But he opens his jacket twice when he's in that restaurant. And it's weird. It's like, let me find the restaurant footage. I got to find the actual restaurant footage. Give me a second, y'all. Do I not have it? Oh, I'll be mad at myself if I didn't get it. I know I had the restaurant footage. Okay, hold on a minute, y'all. I've got a way to get the restaurant footage. We need it. We need it. Okay, that's not it. Is this it? No? All right, let me see if this is it. Yep. We can. All right. Are you ready? I want you to watch him unzip his coat twice, right? Unzipped his coat twice. Okay, let's get it onto the entrance as he comes into the... All right, so here he is. He's entering, right?
Shoes when he's entering the 3B restaurant to pick
Zip
up food just 16
and
minutes later.
unzip.
These
What?
shoes appear to be
Did you see it? Gotta watch close. Now, either he has on two jackets, which made me think, could it be that he originally would only have had one jacket on, but he met the guy that played his part at the CVS, his doppelganger, and just grabbed the jacket from the guy, and the phone was in the pocket, and he put that jacket that the other doppelganger wore over his jacket, so he's got two jackets. Or, now that I've seen the other footage, which totally shows that the reflection isn't moving, but Patrick is, that suggests that the footage is tampered with. So now I'm like, maybe it's not two jackets. Maybe it's like tampered footage where they've actually doubled up. So it's a replay in a sense. I don't know. Let's watch it together. You tell me. Let's make it a little bigger. How's that? Yeah. Okay, pay attention right here. He comes into the store. Okay, let's go real slow. Right there, what did he just do? I'll back it up. Okay, he comes in. I'm going super slowly, darling. He unzips the jacket right there. Right? Now he reaches in. Then his hands double up. And then he unzips his jacket again. Okay, so watch it for yourself.
Shoes when he's entering the 3B restaurant to pick up food just 16 minutes later.
2 unzip.
These shoes appear to be some sort of tennis shoe with white laces on top of the shoe
I think
and a
you're
clearly
onto
white
something.
rubber sole bottom. Both businesses have fairly clear surveillance.
Let's see if this goes
And
all
it
the
does
way
not
up.
appear that Patrick was wearing the same shoes at both
Okay,
places.
let's see when he gets up there. It may not show all that. Shoot, I don't have the whole clip. All right, so I found that entirely strange to me. When wouldn't he have him dressed the same? Well, and what if they had to share a jacket because they didn't want to meet in the parking lot and hand off a phone that maybe somebody would notice? So maybe they purposely handed off the jacket so there could be no differences, and it would be a Trojan horse. The jacket would be a Trojan horse to transport and give him access to his phone back. Because that way, if they tracked his phone, it would show that it went from the CVC store directly to the 3B, the phone did. Whereas in this theory, Patrick would literally be coming from the house. And so if he had his phone, it wouldn't track right. So he would be needing his phone back. Mary Long says, and when his movement in the window doesn't move, who is the woman standing next to the image in the window that's not moving? Ooh, I gotta see. Wouldn't that be something? Let's go back and look at that. Okay, let me go real slow on it. I gotta make it smaller so you can see it. All right. Yeah, I see the couple. Yeah, the girl doesn't move either. Look, 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 look. Look, you can see her reflection. So see this girl? Here's her reflection, right? She stops moving at the same time that Patrick's reflection stops moving. Good catch, Mary Long. Look at that, you guys. So right now, let's watch this. Let's see if the woman's matching.
How far? And then you can see her right in the glare of the window.
Yep.
We see her moving right there. Okay. So pay attention to her. You're going to see the...
Okay, she leaned forward just now. She leaned forward right here to look at her computer screen. And when she did that, it lit her face up as she leaned forward in the reflection. So that's guaranteed reflection. I'm going to back it up so you can see that one more time. Watch her face as she leans forward to the screen on her
computer. Pay attention to her. You're going to see the whole time.
You see her up here right there and lean back, right? So that's matching.
Then notice him. Where he is, he's farther to the right.
Yep.
And there he is. Now when he
moves...
moves...
Now look. She's not moving either. And neither is he.
And then he's kind of just gone.
Gone.
Now I made this way, way, way slower so we could...
Oh my golly, there's so much more to show you guys. Feels so good to be back. Well, thank you for 4 months as a private eye. Michelle, try. That rhymed very good. You can see the old man move too. Yeah. But not Patrick and not the receptionist when he's there. So that seems like there's something not right with that. Now, I want to talk to you about something. Let me get myself on the screen right. If the 3B footage is messed with at all, if you have to ask yourself, was it really Patrick in the CVS store? And was it really Patrick at the 3B store? Or did they tamper with the footage and AI Patrick in place of the person at the 3B restaurant? Did they superimpose Patrick on in this scenario and he really wasn't there? It was somebody else. Could Patrick have been home the whole time? That's crazy to me. Claire, caught alive. Yippee, yippee. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Appreciate you. 19 months as a private eye. You guys are so loyal and so generous and supportive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly do appreciate you. Do you think they will go after Patrick, or is he free and clear? Do I think? No, I don't think they will go after Patrick. I think karma will have to play its part, and whatever comes out will have to come out. That's my opinion. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope the truth comes out if he had anything to do with it. Brandy Martin, I haven't seen you forever. Here, Mama D, I'm back. Great to see you. You're amazing. Good to see you. Nikki says, wow, this is crazy. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, sissy. Now, remember when I tell you, pay close attention to this. Everything I'm showing you today matters in the bigger picture because it all starts adding up. So you don't want to miss a thing, especially what I'm about to show you after this is the big, oh my gosh, bombshell. All right, let me get out of the way, you guys. Make room, make room. Where am I best? Right here? Okay. Listen to this and pay attention to the timeline. Now, remember, this happened in January. This incident where the kids were, taken out, and Lindsay allegedly jumped head first or dove head first out of the window, which I don't believe. We already know that Patrick went to New York. We already know that that is where his new wife is from. We already know that they knew each other before the incident and that they were social media friends and liking each other's posts, which doesn't mean anything, just coincidental, right? All right. Guess who owns the property 4 months after 3 months, not even 2 months-ish, 2 months afterwards, after the incident with the kids, Patrick moves in to an apartment. Guess who owns the apartment that he moves into? You want to find out? Listen to this lady.
Man alive. Everything that happened at the Clancy home that day was also the day where the home and exterior cameras were malfunctioning. 911 call where he blamed the Wi-Fi not working properly at the home, which was why it took him so long to connect with 911 dispatch after finding his wife on the ground. The fact that we can't hear that because Patrick requested that his 911 call be restricted and a judge approved it. The entire timeline of her being able to do all of this across the basement, ground floor, and second floor, and then exterior of this house being a 48-minute timeline instead of whenever he would be out of town or away for business, leaving her days with the children. Also approved restricting the autopsies of his children. Same 911 call where he says that his wife said that she did it to herself and also told him when asked where the children were, she told him in the basement. Except during this 911 call and reporters in the room during trial who got to listen to this 911 call saying you couldn't hear her talk at all. She was just moaning in pain.
Okay, all right, wait. Oh my golly, we'll come back to her. We're about to learn about who owns that apartment, but let me remind you, her body's at 82 degrees. She ain't talking to nobody. And Patrick is telling us that he talked to her, asked her what happened. She says she tried to herself. And then he said, where are the children? She said, in the basement. Nobody can hear that being said on the recorded 911 call. Even the people in court could not hear it. All they could hear is her moaning because she could not have talked, in my opinion, because her body temperature is at 82 degrees and she has no motor skill control. Zero. Right? Just saying. But there's more. There's more. You're doing such a great job, Jenny. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Thank you for that snooper chat. That helps a lot. Thank you. All right, continue to listen, my lovelies.
He was famously seen in this article about him sitting in the window of his apartment, being the one that he moved in May, but had rented it in April, just few short months after his entire family is wiped out.
Into January, this happens. By April, he's rented an apartment, and by May moved into it, no problem. But it's who owns it. Listen.
Starting to look like the luckiest man alive at this point, because the president of the brokerage that rents this, person in control of the real estate portfolio for the group renting this apartment, is Roy Danis. Name Roy Danis sounds so familiar because he's the father of Rachel Danis, the woman he's now married to.
Whoa, what? Okay. So let's go back up here. These people. So it happens at the end of January, this horrific crime. He rents an apartment 2 months later, moves in 3 months later, and it's owned by her daddy. What? How convenient, says Karen. Hey, Jules, good to see you. My daughter had a hard time when her second child. Thank God she has a great husband. Well, thank goodness. Indeed. All of her ribs were broken and her thyroid crushed. It wraps around the vocal cord. She's not talking to anyone. Thyroid crushing, you can actually still talk. It's if your larynx is crushed that you can't. But right, what the F? Okay, so let's get into the hardcore. Let's get into this. I'm going to make myself tiny and do a lot of talking, but I want you to be able to see all this. Okay. Let's make Lindsay small too, so that you can see all this. Get ready. Time to pay attention, class. Seriously. So the first thing that we find out is that Dr. Rachel B. Danis was working as a reproductive endocrinologist and infertility specialist at RMA of New York and an assistant clinical professor in the Department of Obstetrics. I have a hard time with that word, y'all. Okay, let's continue. There's her education. And if you look down here, let's make it much bigger. It says, academic medicine has always played a significant role in Dr. Danis's career. Forgive me. She has conducted research, written book chapters, and has been a devoted educator to medical students, residents, and junior fellows. Dr. Danis has conducted both clinical and translational research through her career, awarded her presentations at national conferences, as well as publications in world-renowned journals such as Fertility and Sterility. Fertility and Sterility Reports, Journal of Assisted Reproduction and Genetics. Hold on, I'm getting to it. I know, you're like, get to the point, Mama T. Journal of Minimally Invasive Gynecology and Journal of Steroid Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Now hear this. Let me get this off the screen with chat so you can read it all. Read this over here. Okay? One of Danis's most proud research accomplishments has been receiving a research grant from Abby V to investigate the pharmacodynamics of L-Goclix. L-Goclix. E-L-A-G-O-L-I-X. L-Goclix. I can't even say it good. All right, so I was like, let's get into it a little bit more. And let's talk about L-Goclix. Okay, let's make it smaller. Here are some of the things you need to know about Algoquix. Now, she's researching and developing this drug, you guys. So, whoops, let me undo that. Let me go over here. All right. Are you ready? All right. Common reactions, are hot flashes, night sweats, headaches, nausea, sleep problems, but it gets far worse, hold on, and irregular and missed periods. Now, I need to remind you, that's just if that's the only pill you're taking. However, Algoquix, or whatever this is, has an extreme reaction to antidepressants, and it really turns into what appears to match all of Lindsay Clancy's side effects. All of her symptoms match the Algoquix symptoms if you're taking other medications such as antidepressants and such like that. But let's continue. So the basic ones that you're pretty sure to get common side effects are hot flashes, night sweats, headaches, nausea, trouble sleeping, absence of irregular cycle, right? Feminine cycle. Let's see, what's the other one? Absence, anxiety, and mood changes. That's to be expected with this and joint pain, okay? Also, weight gain and decreased sex drive. How perfect if you happen to be the other woman. She ain't gonna want to put out. She can't get pregnant. All kinds of terrible things, right? But it gets far worse. Let's continue. Let me go on. So here we are. Let me shrink myself down and show you all of this. This is the RMA of New York presents Forward, Fertility Forward. Okay. An open discussion with the new REI, Dr. Rachel Dennis, on her journey to RMA and the new drug Algoquix. Okay? You just watch. There's her pretty little picture. That's her. Yep. Now, let's make this bigger again. Let's slide it back over here so you can see. You still can't see. I made it too big. Can you see now? No? Okay. In this episode of Fertility Forward, we are joined by our newest member of the RMA New York reproductive endocrinologist, Dr. Rachel Dennis. Listening in, you will hear all about Rachel's professional journey from her passion for how REI hits home for her as a woman to why she chose reproductive endocrinology. Next, we will delve into the new drug Algoquix, how it is helpful for women with I have a hard time with these words, endometriosis. While Rachel wanted to do research and studies on it and what she discovered through her research process. You guys, she's doing the actual research on this, and it's like in test mode at this time. Listen. Rachel also shares the side effects of the drug before talking about her goals to expand much needed fertility care to Brooklyn during her time at RMA. As usual, to end off, Dr. Dennis tells us what she is grateful for today. So tune in now to welcome Dr. Rachel Dennis and hear more from her. All right, let's continue. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. Get ready for the big, like, OMG. Yep. What is this medication? Algoclix treats pain caused by endometriosis. It works by decreasing the amount of estrogen and other hormones your body makes. This medicine may be used for other purposes. Ask your healthcare or your pharmacist if you have questions, right? This is just, I'm trying to find a where to put me so that you can see me, but I'm not on top of this. Okay, I'll be looking the wrong way, but that's okay. Okay. Do you see? Actually, I'll just put myself over here in timeout. All right. So we start off with, these are things that you should tell this provider if you're going to use this Algonquin. You're going to need to let them know if you already have depression, liver disease, mental health, osteoporosis or weak bones. Look at this one. Suicidal thoughts, plans, or attempt by you or any family member. An unusual allergic reaction to Algoclex, other medicines, food, diets, preservative, pregnant or trying to get pregnant or breastfeeding, right? So let's get into this. And let me show you what all the list of medicines that they name that can interact with the medicine. Now, are there warning signs where somebody, not just common, but if they're given that and that's mixed with like depression meds? Oh, yeah, there are. Okay. Patients and families should watch out for new or worsening depression or thoughts of suicide. Also, watch out for sudden changes in feelings such as feeling anxiety, anxious, agitated, panicky, irritable, hostile, aggressive, impulsive, severely restless, overexcited, and hyperactive, or not being able to sleep. If this happened, call your team. It gets worse. Okay? Let's get down here. These are the side effects. What side effects may I notice from receiving this medicine? Allergic reaction, which is skin rash, itchy hives, swelling of face, lips, tongue, or throat. Liver injury, right up, belly pain, loss of appetite, nausea, light-colored stool, dark and yellow-brown urine, yellowing of the skin or eyes, unusual weakness or fatigue, thoughts of suicide or self-harm, worsening mood, feeling of depression. Side effects that usually do not require medical attention, but report them would be anxiety, nervousness, headache, hot flashes, joint pain, nausea, and trouble sleeping. Okay? Does anybody realize that's all the symptoms that she was experiencing? If she had been exposed in some way, I'm not saying anybody did it, but if she got exposed to Algonquin, I mean, okay, let's back up. Let's just say, what if Patrick returned from New York, right? Or he did. He returned from New York 2 days before Thanksgiving. Okay. That's when her problems started with insomnia, irritability, anxiousness, depression. So it's not thoughts of, this is just too much. Now think about the fact that over even a month, it deteriorates the bones and weakens them. Can you imagine if this had been going on for December, January? Okay, so December, January. For a few months, her bones could have really been weakened when she went out the window and landed on her head, which would crush everything. You guys, is it just me? Hey, Katrina Fox. So my apologies, but was put my emphasis on comments. America's bad. I just can't read caps that good as all. They're not bad. Mystery feels that these people are psychopaths. I'm just wondering, it's so quinky dinky. He goes to New York. I'm not saying any of these people did anything, right? The only person charged is Lindsay. But he goes to New York, and he already knew Rachel. Could they have met up? I don't know. But when he returns, now keep in mind, Rachel is making all this research and data and testing this algoquix. And now Patrick returns home from that business trip, and boom, like magic, like absolute magic, she starts having all these problems. And they just get worse and worse with every med she's put on. I don't know. What are you people feeling? What are you people thinking? Nikki says, yes, too strange. I called this a while back. Rachel gave drugs to Patrick for Lindsay, or even Rachel herself, in your opinion. Jules said, did he go to the pharmacy before he went to New York? He wouldn't have needed to go to the pharmacy. She could have handed him it. She's got all, testing it. Hey, Rita M., good to see you. All right, you guys, so that is what I have for you. I just think, but if you look at all this, if we go back up, I mean, from all the things that this lady shared, all the things, listen to her one more time. She puts it all nice and tight.
Everything that happened at the Clancy home that day was also the day where the home and exterior cameras were malfunctioning.
Cameras weren't working.
Where he blamed the Wi-Fi not working properly at the home, which was why it took him so long to connect with 911 dispatch after finding his wife on the ground.
Okay, we need to talk about talk screen. You guys need to understand. So let's say that you have Benadryl in your system and you go to the doctor. There are a million kind of blood tests that can be run, and you have to know what to test for. So you might see something different, but you don't know exactly what it is. Now, if she's on a cocktail of drugs changing, her blood's going to be so messed up, you're not going to know one little tiny difference from all these. They're all different. But unless you are testing for a specific thing, you're not going to get the answer to tell you. It's not like they drop the blood in this little spinner and it pumps out and says, this was everything that's in the blood. No, you have to order an 8-panel test, testing for marijuana, Coca-Cola, barbiturates, narcotics. You have to decide all the different panels. You have to check the boxes. I want to test for this. I want to test for that. How about this? The more panels, the more in depth. Like a 10-panel blood test for drugs is going to show different ones, but it's still not even going to show that. So it doesn't work like that. So no, not necessarily. Depends on what they were searching for. So good point.
Fact that we can't hear that because Patrick requested that his 911 call be restricted, and a judge.
Patrick requested the 911 call be restricted, and nobody that heard the 911 call is claiming to hear her answering Patrick at all. They're only hearing her moan because she can't talk, in my belief, but you know what I'm saying. So you guys, this is it, we can go back up and remember, the reflection isn't even in the 3V footage, and when it is, it ain't moving right. And how many zippers does this dude have? He's got 2 zippers. Why? Is he wearing 2 coats? And if so, why? Also, frame by frame, is that a handoff between these two? Is that a handoff between these two? And look how that person's dressed. Hood up, right? It's white. Lindsay's Apple Watch is white. Or at least that's what I've always been told. What is he covering up? Right, Nikki. All right, you guys. So that's what I have for you today. I greatly appreciate all your time with me. And I hope you'll check out part 1 if you haven't. Let me go over and grab that. Big mistake. You don't want to miss this one. We did it yesterday. And yeah, you can watch them back to back. Doesn't matter what order. They're both going to shock the crap out of you. Yeah, she was having trouble breastfeeding too. Oh my God, Panda. Makes you wonder. All right, y'all. Let me see here. Did I do a closing screen over here? I don't know if I did a closing screen. I don't think I did. We'll jump over to this screen, which is bright and all that. And I love you guys. I'm working on the set, trying to change it up a little bit. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you have suggestions. Do my best to make it better for us. And we have some new news coming up very, very soon that is going to be amazing. I can't wait to share it with you. Mystery Diva, I think you're amazing, love. Thank you. Thank you all. And thank you again for the snooper chats, for my beautiful members, for my absolutely amazing mods. We miss all our family that wasn't with us today and hope that you guys will catch up on replay. Thanks to the replay crew as well. Hit that like and let me see, where is it? I got it. I'll see you again soon. Now, if you are continuing on with me, get ready. This is going to be interesting.
I was born to the dirt, I shall return when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay. Destiny will overcome, no, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul will rise. From the darkness to the light, I feel alive. I'm a fire burning bright, I'll never die. Like a phoenix.